Are you looking for a podcast about some hurt shoulders?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast.
Ow.
Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I am lovely. How are you?
How's your shoulder?
It's better, actually.
My shoulder hurts so bad.
It hurts still. You can do some exercises or something. Get
Yeah,
it right.
Taylor sent me a video about rotator cuffs, and it says you put a ball on the wall.
Yep,
and
I
you
had to do a
write
bunch
the
of those.
alphabet.
Yep, physical therapy. That was me for 6 months.
Yeah, so
Balls to the wall, baby.
I might start doing that. But what's up? What's going on in your
I'm
life?
thirsty. You want to crack it?
Yeah, let's do it. Ouch.
Nice. Hey, speaking of cracking.
Okay.
Perfect segue. Okay, so I'm
Is
a big
it?
fan. Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
big fan of hockey, right?
Yeah.
So Seattle got a team within the last couple of years. They're called the Seattle Kraken. Kraken
okay.
released the Kraken. And there was... Okay, we're going to get into some TikTok drama. So buckle in.
So this is a carryover from some Discord discussion that we've already had. So if you're
Yes.
not a patron, just know we had a whole thing already about this, which is why it's carrying over here, because people in our Discord were like, we want to hear it on the show. So
Yeah.
if you're in the Patreon and you're in the Discord, I mean, the stuff that happens there directly influences the show. Our show directly influences that. Go check it out. It's a fun time.
It's good. So we watched a bunch of TikToks here in the Discord, and we were diving into this weird drama. So one of our patrons had posted a list of the all-time top 100 AO3 ships, which AO3 is an archive of our own. It's
Okay.
the place for fan fiction. And this kind of tied into because we got that email from the anonymous listener last week about fan fiction and the like. So we were looking on this list just for kicks, and we were going through, and it's just all the same ships are still kind of popular up at the top of the list. We have just stuff that's been there forever, like Dean Winchester and Castiel. It hasn't changed. Sherlock Holmes and John Watson, always there. Derek Hale and Styles Stilinski from Teen Wolf. That's one that's extremely popular right now. But yeah, we were just going down the list and criticizing it, and I am weirded out. So fan fiction happens when, in my opinion, I'm gonna say something controversial.
While you debate on that thought, what's the difference between a ship and an OTP?
Okay.
Because
so
I will
ship,
forever feel shame about the time you asked me about an OTP and I wasn't sure what that was, and you thought I had some secret kink, man.
So a ship is just a relationship between any characters. Anything is a ship. OTP is in your heart, who is the one true pairing? Which characters belong together that you
Still
cannot
a
ever
ship.
separate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's just your favorite ship, basically.
You know when people think about that time they slipped in 8th grade and the whole classroom laughed at them or something, and they relive those things, I will randomly relive the time you were like, what's your favorite OTP? Or who's your OTP? And I was like, well, what is that? And you said one true pairing or whatever. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, you can't separate these two people. It's Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. And you were like, ooh.
They're brothers.
And I was like, what's wrong with that? You can't have one without the other. And you were like, what are you into? And I was like, what do you mean? I literally relived that. No, I think about it all the fucking time. And I feel such regret.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
All the time.
No, okay. So we were looking at the list, and so there's a bunch of people on here that are real human beings. And when people write fan fiction about real human beings, it weirds me out because in my opinion, fan fiction is I've seen a lot of different takes on this, but like fan fiction to me is like when you take a piece of fiction, like a piece of media, such as supernatural or whatever, and then you write your own fan version of it. So it's fan fiction.
Yeah.
But there's some people that are saying like, no, it's just like when you're a fan of anything at all and you write some fiction about it. I'm like, but that applies to like One Direction and also hockey players.
I was about to say, there's like BTS on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of BTS on here. And a lot of just a lot of real human beings. It weirds me out. So that is how we kind of segued into talking about the real life drama that has been happening. So there's a whole side of TikTok called booktok, and booktok is not just about books. I learned. I thought it was just like, what books are you reading? What are you into? Booktok is apparently just like horny people that read all the smut novels,
all the spicy stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's like a whole side of it where people take real life stuff and relate it to book talk. I don't know.
Oh, can I
But
tell you about this real quick?
yes, please.
Because I'm looking at the list because I didn't really look at it when it first got put in because you guys were naming off the top ones. So I was like, okay. But I'm looking at it now. Can you ship actual couples?
Yeah.
But they're already a thing. Like,
Yeah, but they're just, if they're your favorite, then they're your favorite. Like Pepper Potts and Tony Stark.
to me, a ship is like they should be a thing, but they aren't a thing. That's how I always took shipping someone. Like, I ship that because it's not happening, but I wish it would happen, you know, because I'm like, Harry Potter and Ginny, yeah, they had 2 fucking kids, man. Like,
Yeah.
how can you ship that anymore? You know?
And Harry Potter and Ginny is directly above Harry Potter and Severus Snape, by the way, which took all of us by surprise.
Yeah, like, how is that not the bigger ship? But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. So anyway,
so real life people are getting, shipped all the time. And I don't know, in my opinion, it's fucking weird and I don't like it. And this, so the book talk drama boils down to this one specific creator who I'm not going to name because I feel like she's going through a lot right now. And I
think a lot has happened. You guys can probably find it all on your own.
Yeah, just if you're into the research, you can find it. So basically what happened was this book talk creator got into hockey and specifically into the Seattle Kraken and was watching them do warm-ups. And in hockey warm-ups, there's this stretch that hockey players do where like they get down on their hands and knees and it's a groin stretch. So they're like, spreading their knees apart and then they like wiggle to get the muscles warmed up or whatever. Okay. And this woman is just like talking about like way over sexualizing it. And it's kind of, it's a bit of a meme in hockey fan culture. When you see that stretch, you're like, oh, there's the butt wiggle. Like that's the thing. But I don't know. It's not like something that there's a difference between just kind of calling attention to it and being like, I wish I was that ice. I wish I was under there.
But then I think it's different to be like, I wish I was that ice, to then going like, I wish I was that ice. Like, because I heard some of them and it was very like big, loud, draw attention to what I'm trying to say about it.
Yeah, extremely vulgar. And first she started by doing it just on TikTok, watching hockey at home, which like, fine. That's in the privacy of your own home. You're just hanging out and broadcasting it to your friends or whatever on TikTok. Yeah. But then it got like viral and the Kraken sent her a jersey that said book talk on the back because I guess she's a big book talk creator and book talk is like bigger than I thought it was. I don't know. I feel so out of the loop sometimes on TikTok things because I'll stumble across a whatever talk and be like, what is this? Yeah. But like everyone knows about it and I feel so like I'm opening a door that I didn't know existed.
I mean, I'm on book talk, but mine is like, you guys should read Brandon Sanderson or whatever that dude's name is. Yeah. That writes like the 1,000-page
fantasy or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I get a bunch of like, look at the books on my shelf. I've color coded them, or like, I bought 20 new books and my husband's going to be mad. Like, that's the book talk that I'm on. It's not the like, I guess, this type of book talk.
Right. So the Seattle Kraken flew her out in her booktok jersey, and she showed up to the game and was doing the same type of behavior that she was doing in her own home, being like, oh, look at that guy stretching, and like yelling, catcalling to the players as they're on the ice, trying to stretch and warm up for the game, which is really fucked up, in my opinion. Because, like, if you reverse the roles, like, if she was a man yelling at a woman like that, it would feel horrible and awful.
Yeah.
And you can't bother an athlete like that. It bugs me when people, I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. It's like going to someone's job, and it's a very, like, not an important job, but one with like a lot of pressure, you know?
I mean,
and
it is important to them, because if you fuck up, you don't have that job, probably.
Right. $1 million salaries and stuff. And it was during the playoffs too. So it was a whole thing. But yeah, so she's like screaming extremely sexual stuff at these players as they're like trying to warm up, and she's recording them on her phone and being like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah. And the players are like looking at her like, oh, like they realize like, oh, I'm being filmed and objectified while I'm trying to warm up and stretch and be, you know, a hockey player trying to focus on the big game and not being able to play the big game in my proper mindset. It just makes me angry when people catcall, like, no matter the gender or the intent, any kind of catcall makes me upset, because it's a gross thing. It's got gross intentions. It's not nice. But yeah, so she did all that, and then it got like so big. It was months after the playoffs had ended, and so her content kind of dried up about it. Like, she stopped making hockey player content and whatever. But there was still a whole lot of it actually on the hockey teams' Instagrams, like the official ones.
Because didn't they like kind of use it for their own marketing kind of thing?
They did. Yeah. I don't know how much they used actually her or like her content in specific, but they were like #BookTok was part of their Instagram profile or whatever. And they had a lot of captions that were like, we know BookTok is here. And they would put pictures, not distasteful ones that I know of, but like just ones of, oftentimes even on, so I follow the Dallas Stars Instagram, they'll post pictures of like the team players, the teammates arriving in their clothes, their normal clothes. Like, so they're wearing suits and stuff. Before the game, they always dress nice, and they wear a suit or whatever. So they post pictures of them arriving in suits, being like, oh, look at Suit Sunday or whatever. And it's never anything like, look at this guy, I bet he has a big penis.
Uh-oh, they're in a towel. Hope he doesn't drop it.
God. So, yeah. I mean, it seemed like there was more of that content this time, like this year on social media for hockey teams. And it was like not just on the Kraken, but like on all teams. I felt like the thirst content kind of ramped up, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I bet when one team is getting highly noticed and getting a lot of buzz, everyone else is like, well, we need to get in on that a little bit. Like,
exactly. So like, let's get a part of that action. Everyone's a little bit sexy now. And so a lot of that content ramped up. And so for the BookTok creator, when the Seattle Kraken was ousted from the playoffs by the Dallas Stars, by the way, go Stars, the content dried up. Her socials went back to normal, like BookTok stuff. But that video, of course, is still being like brought up to the players and stuff. So like the players are seeing this in their social media, like their friends and family are finding it, sending it to them, being like, did you know that this person's objectifying you like this? And as a public figurehead, like, you can't really say anything about it. Like, you don't want to get like, the PR is weird about it. So you don't want to get fired. You don't want to step on any toes. You don't want to cross any lines. And so that the players just kind of had to kind of ignore it. And
well, plus I bet, the team managers or owners are like, dude, like, seats are filling up 50% higher than normal. Yeah. So don't shit on this,
like 100,000 new followers. It's working.
Do you know how many Heine 0-0s we've sold this week? Get your Heine out on the ice,
God. So after a little while, one of the players, so I think Scott Wenberg, I want to say his name is something Wenberg. He's a player for the Kraken, one of the ones who is, recorded, and his wife actually posted a thing on her social media being like, I know that this has been out there for a while, but like I have to say something about it. I feel like it's previously videos like this have been more playful in nature, like
Yeah.
nothing directly objectifying my husband, but like now it's getting to the point where I'm having to see this like sexually vulgar content about him all the time, and it's being brought to me by friends and family, and I just don't want to see it anymore. And she actually said in there that she wrote her dissertation or something for college on sexual consent. Like she has a degree in that shit.
Okay.
So she was like, this doesn't feel good. It's not right to just tape somebody, record somebody without their knowing, or like just he's trying to do his job, he's trying to do his thing, and you're over there objectifying him. It doesn't feel nice. And so she posted that, and then the original creator saw it and was like, well, this woman's attacking me, because she took a screenshot, and though her name was cropped out of it, like you could see kind of from the screenshot who the creator was, and people went and found her and started like posting on her stuff being like, oh, you're a horrible person for this, whatever. And she posted a video, the creator of the booktok lady, and she posted a video that was like, well, this woman had no right to come for me like that, and I'm sick of it, and it was just content, it was for fun, it wasn't anything violent by any means. And she got really upset about it, and then it kind of blew back on the Seattle Kraken too, and the Kraken were like, we're just gonna silently delete all those videos. So they like scrubbed their social media of any of that business. And so now the original creator of that stuff was kind of freaking out because the PR team for the Kraken never came to her defense, and she felt like she was being attacked by the players and the players' wives or whatever. I don't think she was, just based on like the stuff that I've been reading, but I mean, I'm not in it.
Now it sounds like when we did the words that you can't say stuff.
Yes.
It's an intent versus the consequences thing. Like,
yeah,
it was playful, and it was nice to get probably free seats to the games and stuff for a while there, but like you moved on past it, and now the families of them have had to keep living on with it the rest of that time.
Right. And so it even came to the point like after the Wenberg's wife had her post, and then the original creator had her post, Scott Wenberg himself came up and was like, I have been quiet about this, but now I feel the need to speak up because my wife is getting attacked in public, and I just don't think it's nice. But I also want to say that I felt objectified and did not feel safe, and it wasn't cool. Yeah. And he was like, I let my wife say it. I didn't say anything because I'm a player for this team, and it's just been a weird situation with PR. I haven't been able to speak up about it. So that's why I'm not letting my attack dog wife go for me in my place to defend me or whatever. Yeah. So it was just a whole entire mess. And it was weird. I don't know. It got to the point where I was like, man, it is out of hand what some people do. And it makes me think like, I feel like TikTok, not just TikTok, but social media in general, has opened up this whole like new world where people don't know how to act. Like it's just a new territory that we're treading on. Like you can say those things in the privacy of your own home as a joke among friends because it's not nice. It's not hurting anybody actively, right? Like nobody's seeing it and being like, they're not going to take what you said and show it to the player and be like, look what this person said about you. They don't have to live with that. But when you have this like venue to just go on and say anything you want, like I just feel like people don't know how to act.
But tell me this, which video is going to get the most views? One where people are normal, or one where something wild's going to happen? It's like the whole train wreck and you can't look away. Like people want the thing, but that's what people want. Like that is what sells social media.
And it sucks. I hate it. Like we're at the point where social media has just gotten like over the past 20 years, it has crept up to this strange place where nobody knows how to just be a human anymore. Nobody's nice. Like people just go on Twitter and like fucking kill yourself. Like it's just nobody can say anything. Nope. There's so little of relating to people.
Accountability.
Yeah,
for that
accountability
stuff.
or just like humanity, being a person to another person on the internet. Because
Yeah.
we're all tucked behind screens and stuff, I feel like such a boomer saying this shit, but like it's easy to be that person from the privacy of your own screen when you don't have to think about like how it's affecting the person you're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's a whole culture of that on TikTok. Like people just say whatever the fuck they want. And sometimes I go in comment sections and I'm like, people are so offended in here. And
Yeah.
it's just everyone. I feel like the most content I see is like people that are either being offensive to get views or they're going in the comments and starting fights in order to get profile clicks.
Yeah.
And like, what does that say about the state of our society that we are at a place now where you just go online and try to cause trouble and drama to get somebody's attention? It sucks. And I don't know how we fix it as a society. Like, there's nice little nooks you can get to on TikTok, where you watch a little dude with like a squirrel puppet dancing, and that's fun.
Or the
But-
Bones dog.
Yeah, the Bones dog. There's there's nice things, but there's so much shit that you have to wade through.
That's true. I guess that's a whole, psychology debate in and of itself of,
Yeah.
you're rewarded for that,
Right. Yeah.
Like-
And how do we stop rewarding that behavior? We can't because people are going to click on it.
Yeah, just like everyone's still gonna go watch a live action Disney movie,
Yeah.
even though we shouldn't,
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you hear they're raising all their prices?
Oh my God. What?
Disney's having their second price hike within the same calendar year.
On Disney Plus?
In October, yeah.
Oh my fucking God. They are drowning.
Let me see what it is.
I might unsubscribe because I don't watch enough Disney Plus. Like,
Actually,
I'll just re-up when Star Wars
you've
happens.
heard it here, guys. The only two that are worth a damn, Paramount Plus and still HBO Max, which I will never
Yeah.
call just Max. It is
No.
HBO Max.
It's just HBO Max.
Those two, solid, good stuff on it all the time. The other two, man, Taylor sent me like a bunch of TikToks of the price hike thing and people just singing sea shanties. And I'm like, oh, that's going to
Yep.
be us, man. That's me.
Truly.
As of October 12th, Disney Plus Premium will jump up 27%, rising from $10.99 to $13.99. It's going to be
Oh my God.
almost $15 a month for Disney when it was $8 when it first came out.
That's nuts.
And they're going to password share it now. They're
I
going to
did
do the
hear
whole
about
thing.
that. The
Mhm.
Netflix thing. Yeah. They're like, when you cannot share your passwords. Like, that sucks.
Disney's
have-
going to do it too now. Even
I
though
got 5 people on my Disney and Hulu account.
their marketing when Netflix said that was, we don't care. We just want more people to watch.
Yeah.
And now they're going to backtrack on it and do the
Fucking
same thing.
two-faced bastards. I hate it here. It's so bad. Everything is... I'm trying to not be so doomy. I'm sorry. Not everything is bad.
Yeah.
Consumerism makes me upset.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's the second price hike in less than a year for Disney Plus Premium after going up $3 per month in December of 2022. Now it's going to do it in October. So 2 price hikes within 12 months.
Oh my God. It's not sustainable.
No.
We can't keep doing this.
Tell me what is on there that is that great.
I literally just watch the new Star Wars shows when they come out, and that's it.
There you go. It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah, I actually did cancel my Prime the other day.
Really?
I sure did. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because Taylor got pissed at it. She watches movies with her sister while we do this and record, right?
Yeah.
And they both got on Prime to watch a movie together, but the movie had ads,
Ugh.
and the ads that each of them got were different times. So, like,
that
Taylor was
sucks.
getting 30 seconds, and her sister was getting a minute. So now it's like, well, I'll pause and wait. All right, you back? Okay, go again. And then, like, they couldn't even sync it up because it couldn't even do that. So she's like, why do we even fucking have Prime? It's a shitty streaming service. And I was like, well, technically it's not a streaming service because you don't pay for Prime Video. You pay for Amazon Prime, and you
Yeah.
get that as a perk.
Yeah.
It's not even its own fucking platform. It's like a
Right.
a side thing.
It's just like, here's what we also have in the warehouse.
Yeah. So Invincible got fucked around with due to the writer strike. I'm not even going to get the full season this year, so guess what? No more Prime.
All right.
Prime is gone. Not for $140 a year. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I used to get that for like 100 maybe. I think it was like $99.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't buy enough for that. So, yeah, this world, we just reward all the bad stuff. Be
I
it
know.
if you catcall hockey players or if you have shitty streaming services, we still just give you the stuff because, like, I guess, like you said, how do we fix it? Maybe we just don't know any better.
I just don't think we can fix it. We're past the point of no return. Like, once NPC TikTokers came a thing, I was like, okay. It's
Oh, the world is
we're
too
done.
far gone.
It's happened. Like, this is all. This is where we are. It frustrates me. Like, it's one part anger at society and one part jealousy that I'm not getting $100,000 a day to be like, yum yum hot dog. Like, that's I can't.
I've been trying to show you that shit for so long because I was exposed to it so long ago.
Yeah.
But I hate that, like, you're so aware of it now because it is that big.
Yeah. I've
But
been
the person
trying
that
to be
I
blind
saw
to it.
isn't even the big person. That's not even the big lady.
How did we get here? I just want to know, like, what steps did we
I don't
take
know,
as a
man.
human race to just wind up where we are right now?
Because, I mean, Twitch would be your first step into that. Having hot tub streams and shit.
Yeah.
I already told you, Amaranth, people would donate money, and then she would just write their name on herself with a Sharpie, and then be like, okay, who's going to give me like $100 more? They would be like, okay. And on this elbow, Carl. Very nice. Oh, and then, okay, hang on. I'm going to need a mirror, back of the neck. Yep, there we go. Roberto-chan. There we go.
I just don't get it. Like, there are people that try really hard and try to make good content and nobody looks at them. And then there's, like, people that just stumble into stuff like this.
Do you know what our biggest TikTok was, too?
Oh my God, I do know what our biggest TikTok was.
It's the Olympic big dick swinging guys.
Yeah.
By a mile. Like,
we only have,
so
like,
far above anything else. It was that one.
yeah. And we did get angry comments on that one too, actually.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe we're part of the problem. I don't fucking know anymore.
I mean, it was one. But, like, you can't not note it. Like,
Can't not
that was
look
the
away from that
Olympics, man.
thing.
We were trying to say, hey, Olympics, be a bit more discreet there. That's all we were
Olympics.
doing.
More like those stiff ticks.
That was a wild time. I totally remember just being like, oh my God. You know how hard it was to get a video of it too? And like
Yeah.
find oh my God. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
But anyway, I'm with you. It's a whole double standard thing because it was
Yeah.
dudes. It was funny for a time. But then I think people were like, but like, is it different? And
Yeah.
then they were like, no, guess not.
You know what sucks is that I feel bad for having an opinion on it. Like, it feels hard to talk about because I don't want to be wrong and I don't want people to be angry. But like, I don't know. It upset me.
I think I get it from what you said before. Like, yeah, sure, it's fine when it's like your own TikTok and you're doing it in your own house. And it's, sure, that still might go viral. But only people that want to engage with that content will probably find it and see it.
Yeah.
But then it became like, no, more people are into hockey. We're gonna expose a much wider audience to it now.
Yeah.
That's a completely different format. That's a completely
Right.
different aspect. So I get you. I don't know the name of that stretch, but would you like to go do that stretch real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Get limber for the ice. Take a quick break.
Yes, please.
Okay. What's the game we played?
Mortuary assistant?
Yeah, well, even that, I'm like, somebody was like, yeah, I'll do that for work.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. That kind of fucks me up. Like, I still think about it, like how first of all, not only do people do that for their job, but then there was the person that was like, I'm the one that developed all these techniques for these things. Like, somebody had to be like, every time I run a funeral, they get mad when the mouth chomps at them. Maybe we should start sewing that, you know? Like, somebody ran across these problems. This is one of those very Kelsey, like, humanity up highs.
Yeah.
But it's like, somebody had that problem and then went, what can I do about it?
How
and
can
now
I
it's standard
fix
practice, but somebody invented and developed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Morgue work
And it
is
probably
fucking
wasn't a
weird.
normal dude.
No, probably
It was
not.
Probably
I mean,
a weird fucking dude.
it's never a normal person. Like, I
There's no accomplishment on planet Earth by a normal person.
no, it's true.
Literally not one. If you enjoyed that little bit of the pre-ramble, you can get that full bonus episode by going over to patreon.com/YMBTOAP and signing up to be a patron. We would love to see you there. You can top into our lowest tier, get in the Discord, chit-chat with us all the time, which, hey, our whole first half of the show directly came from a conversation in our Discord. So we talk about the show, and also that stuff becomes part of the show. You never know. The middle tier, you would get that full pre-ramble bit, plus you get the Discord. But if you want to go to the highest, you also get monthly reviews that we do. And we've been doing themes lately. We've got a whole new format on the way. So if you're curious, why not check it out? But if you want to be the ultimate supporter, you can go over to the Yimtope Apparel store, get you some Yimtope gear. That link is in our show notes. It is still super hot. We still got super good tanks. I've been wearing one of the tanks all summer long so far. Got a good build quality, nice and breathable. I really like it, man. It's been keeping me cool. So go check all that stuff out. Get you a water bottle, man. We got all kinds of new products this year, so go check those out too. And again, thank you to all of our supporters. We just love that you guys are here, whether this is your first time listening to the show or if you've been a Zeitgeister for almost 4 years. Damn.
Since
That's
the
a
beginning.
long time.
Forever and ever.
Either way, we love all you guys. And with that, let's get you on back to that regularly scheduled content.
Talk to me, baby.
So, I went and saw Talk to Me.
I want to hear all about it.
Okay. I really want you to see this movie.
I'm so scared.
But
I
I
don't think I can.
really know there's parts of it that you won't like.
Ugh.
It is so good. Like, stupid good.
It looked really fucking good. I'm just going to Google the posters again so I can creep myself out.
I mean, we should have already known. So it's an A24 film, by the way, in case you guys don't know. But I even knew that I was wrong about this, but I still thought it.
Okay.
I thought A24 was a horror movie thing.
Are they not?
No. They have movies in the Best Pictures list like almost every year.
Really?
I would like to give you some of the movies that are A24 releases.
Okay.
So that you'll be like, oh, holy shit, I forgot, you know? So I'm on their list. Their first movie came out in 2013. I don't know half of these early ones. Now, there's one that I do know because I remember seeing the cover, reading about it, and thinking that it sounded kind of familiar. This is a horror movie one. It's called Life After Beth.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Aubrey Plaza, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's an A24 movie. And I was like,
All right.
oh, okay. Tusk is an A24 movie. I didn't know that.
Okay.
But again, that's horror, so I was like, yeah, that still tracks, right? Ex Machina, do you remember that one?
Ex Machina, yeah. That's
Yeah.
A24?
That's an A24 movie.
Oh, shit, that was a good movie. It's like fringe horror, kind of. Like
Yeah.
sci-fi horror.
I have had it since it came out. Never watched it. Still
You
need to.
gotta watch it.
I
It's-
know.
Robert, you gotta watch it.
I know. I've had it for a long time. Do you remember Room?
The Room?
No. Room.
Room.
That's the one with, because I always get her name wrong, Brie Larson, where her and her son are trapped in a room.
Oh, yeah.
And the kid
Room.
lives his
Okay.
whole life in there until they try to escape.
Yeah.
And it won Best Picture that year, I'm pretty sure.
Did it really? That can't be right. For sure. Are you sure?
I mean, I think she won an Academy Award for sure. Let me look
oh
at
yeah,
the
Best Actress in a Leading Role.
accolades. Academy Awards. No, it was up for Best Picture, but didn't win. But still, as an early A24 film, Brie Larson gets a Best Actress win, right?
Nice.
Okay, so I was like, oh, okay, so they like do shit, right?
Yeah.
But see, this is what I know them for. Like The Witch. I remember that movie.
Yes.
Never seen it, but I always heard shit about it, like really bad stuff. And then
really?
it's become like a real cult favorite since
Yeah.
then. So like,
That's
I need
with
to watch
Black
it.
Phillip, right? And the goat.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, wouldst thou like to live deliciously? That's the only thing I know about that movie.
Yeah. I really want to watch that. Green Room, like tons of stuff. So then there's The Lobster, which I remember when that came out.
Oh, my sister saw that and said that I should see it.
That's A24. Swiss Army Man
What the fuck?
is A24. Like they do just like the good shit and the
They just do,
weird
like,
shit.
Yeah, weird, peculiar films. Okay.
Yeah. Moonlight was actually
Okay.
an A24 film, and that one
And that's
won
Best
Best Picture. Black Coat's Daughter is a horror film that I've had on my list for a long time, but I still haven't watched it. A Ghost Story, I do remember that. And then Lady Bird.
Wow.
That's A24. Then you got Hereditary. So see, we're back to the horror stuff. So that's what I always pictured it was like that style shit, right?
Yeah.
So in my mind, when you see, so this is the next movie on my horror list that breaks the audience or whatever.
Okay.
Climax. That's the film I've been at for the longest time on that list.
Is that one where they're like climbing a mountain?
No, they are a dance troupe, and they have a successful show, so they go to celebrate together in an abandoned building, and somebody spikes their drinks with LSD, and it goes horribly awry.
Okay.
Like, it has made people very uncomfortable.
Mm.
Do you remember this one? I told you about this one. Good Time?
Good time.
With
I don't think I've seen that one.
Robert Pattinson, and I said that it takes place over a single night.
Oh,
by
okay,
the
yes.
Safdie brothers, a
Yes.
precursor to Uncut Gems.
Ugh.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Like, I didn't realize how much just, like, bomb shit they did, because Uncut Gems is an A24 movie as
They're
well,
just,
and
like,
that's not really horror.
Every really good, it's intense movies is what it
Intense,
is.
unique experience type movies.
Yes.
Like, you haven't had an experience like this.
Yeah.
That's what they distill into a movie, right?
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember Zola that me and Taylor went to see a long time
Yes.
ago? That's A24 as well.
Oh my God.
So anyway, just know if you see A24 written on a movie somewhere, you know it's good, and you know it's probably Best Picture, because they also did Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I did know that.
Yeah.
But I, like, pushed it out of my brain because it wasn't a horror movie.
Again, just intense, weird movies.
Exactly. So, go to talk to me, and I'm like, it's going to be fine. You know, I mean, it's going to be good. Of course it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But it didn't have to be that good.
Okay.
I have
So-
heard people say that it's one of the, like, new scariest movies of all time kind of thing.
Ooh.
Like, people are really spooked by it. I can see it. I was having just a good old time. Taylor
I'm
broke
looking-
my hand.
Oh no.
She was so... She said her heart was pounding 90% of that movie.
Damn. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for it. It says it was a 2022 movie. So, it premiered at Sundance.
Yeah,
No.
it got picked up later on.
Okay.
Like, it had come out, and then they were like, let's put it everywhere.
All right.
And boy,
It's an
they
Australian
needed
movie?
to. Oh yeah, big time. Oh, they Kiwis the shit in that movie.
Okay.
Not like so bad, but I mean they are very Australian.
Nar.
Yeah, like you can't miss it.
Okay.
So, the whole premise is this girl, so our main girl, her mom, I'm going to go spoilers cuz I think Kelsey would like it, but I don't think Kelsey wants to watch it.
I think we should watch it together.
It's
But I
very
don't
good.
want to.
So here's my thing. The only thing that Taylor really disliked was she apparently has a thing against eye horror.
Oh.
Like eyeball stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about eyeball stuff?
I mean, neither here nor there. It's gross, but it's not like gonna fuck me up.
Okay, well, that was the big part for her.
Okay.
So, how much you want to know about this movie?
I'm conflicted because I do
Because it's
really want to
got
watch
good
it.
twists, man. It's got good twists.
Oh, don't tell me the twist. We should see this together.
Let me just give you the idea. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you kind of know, but not really.
Okay.
So, the premise is these kids keep seeing, like, viral videos from their friends, tying into our stuff that we just talked about, where they're having these parties and people are, like, getting, like, possessed or something. And they're all like, that's so fake. Like, this is so stupid. And the main girl's like, let's go to one of the parties and check it out, though. Like, we can't know until we go, right?
Let's go to a possession party. Why not?
So they go to the party. And they pull out that hand. Just bam, this big old ceramic hand, right? And
Okay.
they're like, yeah, supposedly there was a psychic lady that was, like, really fucking crazy. And she was seeing all this stuff, and they chopped off one of her hands. And her hand is in this ceramic thing. Like, if we cracked it open, there'd be a hand in there.
Gross.
And they're all like, that's bullshit. But sure. So they're like, yeah, you just grab the hand, you say, talk to me, and then later, you're supposed to say, I let you in.
Ooh.
And they're like, okay.
Never let it in.
Whatever that's all about. So you watch somebody do it. It's weird. And then they're like, that's super fake. So our main girl's like, I want to try. Like, can I try it? So she grabs the hand and she goes, talk to me. And then immediately in front of her is this, like, drowned woman with, like, barnacles and eye bulging out. And she's just like, this gross noise is just coming out. And so, like, she looks away real quick and they're like, oh, looks like you got a good one. And they're all, like, laughing and stuff. But, like, her friend is like, quit faking around, like, I know you're pretending. And there's this big lady just all gross and rotted, like, in the party room with everybody.
Nasty.
And they're like, okay, so now say, I let you in. We let it sit for about 90 seconds, and then we got to pull you out. And she's like, what happens after 90 seconds? And they're like, they don't want to leave. So she's like,
Fuck
okay.
that.
So she says, I let you in, and then it just, like, bam, pushes her head back, and the eyes go full black, and then you just get, like, whoever it is they see is talking to just whoever's out there about whatever.
Scary. Okay.
And then in 90 seconds, they pull you out, and they love it. They're like, how did it feel? And she's like, it felt amazing. And they love it.
Possessed? Okay.
They all fucking love it. Like it's a high or something, right?
That's weird.
So they do it all night long. Like, that's the whole party. Different people will grab the hand. They do the thing. They get, sucked in. And then, like, it's really fun. Like, at one point, because they have another party that they go to, and our main girl's, like, singing French. She got possessed by some French lady. So, like, she's singing some song. And you're like, oh, it's kind of fun. Like, it's kind of nifty,
Possession's cool.
Like, they really create this, like, nobody's getting hurt thing until it goes past 90 seconds one time.
Okay.
And that's not even the twist. Like, it goes places. And then there's a line in it that I think would fuck you up. I don't want to tell it to you because our theater, the whole theater gasped at one line getting said. It was very good. It was super A24. Like, I've watched... Did I send you the TikTok? Have you seen the guy on TikTok that does the Mad Libs where he's like, okay, we're going to make another Fast and Furious movie. Name a relative. And they're like, brother, okay, name this. And then adjective. And then he just, like, creates a
whole plot.
Yeah, and it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've seen one where he's like, okay, let's make an A24 film. Name a time period. Name an animal. And then name this. And it sounds exactly like an A24 movie. And I'm watching this one going, this is exactly like what that guy fucking said.
Shit.
Like, I hate how much the formula is the formula.
Yeah.
That like, he can make fun of it, but you can pick it up in one of their movies.
But if it fucking works, man, it works.
It does, and it's good. And this one's so good, I think, because it's just that hair of graphic without being like, it's not like exploitative, like super, super gross and nasty, right? But it's just,
Yeah.
it's chilling. It's imagery is very chilling.
Okay.
And the premise gets real chilling. Like, it's just a very to your core unsettling movie.
I like that.
It's very, very good. I would highly recommend it.
Did you see that it is confirmed to have a sequel in development?
I don't like that. I knew it would, because they have another set of movies. They got a movie called X, right?
Okay.
And they followed that up with a prequel called Pearl, like a year later.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which I
From
still
the
want to see
same
those two
movie?
movies.
Is that just from A24 or from the same people who did Talk to Me?
Oh, no, just from A24.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen X or Pearl, but I've heard good things.
But Taylor was even saying, she was like, I would love a prequel of, like, how the hand comes to be or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
they did it with X, you know, like, could happen.
Could happen.
And now we've got a sequel on the way, so who knows what that could be. And, okay. Yeah, this movie was made for 4.5. Like, you guys don't get it. Horror movies need nothing
Yeah.
for it to work.
And this one had practical effects too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, there is makeup in this movie that goes off the rails, man.
Good. I really love the practical horror. It's just like having a renaissance.
But, I mean, the practical effects in this is just good makeup. It's not
Yeah.
like it was morphing into some like there's nothing crazy. Like, I don't know why you don't need practical for most horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, most
You
of
just
it
need, like,
should be just
solid
like the thing there.
makeup. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the drowned lady. Sure, I guess you could CGI stuff, but why not, you know, do a whole like mold and then have the eye hang in there? Like, you could make it.
Yeah. There was definitely an era of horror, like in the early 2000s when CGI started to become a thing. They were like, let's do like some weird shit with horror movies. Like, I think The Ring and The Grudge both used visual effects.
Yeah.
And that kind of like opened a world of like, oh, we could do stuff. But it has never been... I can't think of a horror movie visual effect that has chilled me in the same way a practical effect would.
So, actually, we just watched all 6 Paranormal Activity movies
Jesus Christ.
the
Why?
other day. Talk to Me was good, and Taylor was like, that's my favorite franchise, and I was like, I really want to watch Freddy movies, but I was like, yeah, we can do Paranormal first, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been rewatching those, and so the marked ones, which is the 5th one, is so much CGI horror stuff.
Is it?
And to me, it's still a very scary good one, but some of those moments are so stupid looking to me.
That's the thing. Like, it'll never hold up.
Yeah, like part 1 with her just slowly walking down the stairs
Yeah.
is scarier than, because there's a part where he just like teleports into the room and it's just going like and like screaming and like furniture's flying around, and like I laughed. Like, I laughed at it because I was like, that didn't even fit with what's happened in the past 4 like, what did that mean?
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Where did it go? You know,
Nobody knows, Cotton Head Joe.
having that shit's kind of stupid. And it did what I was going to say is the biggest thing you see with scary movies and CGI stuff. They make big mouths.
Yes, that's exactly
Stretchy
it.
mouth thing.
Stretchy mouth.
Wow,
And that's
stretch
a
mouth.
simple practical effect. Like, all you need to
Yeah.
do for that is just have some nice, good makeup.
But also, scary mouth isn't that scary anymore. Like, we've done the big long mouth too much, I think.
Yeah.
It's used up. I saw a practical effect. I don't think I sent it to you on TikTok. It was really good. It was a dude in like this horrible monster makeup, and he had
You
like
did send that to me with like the
Oh.
black mouth.
yeah, he painted
Yeah.
completely black, like even the inside of his mouth, so you can't tell
Yeah.
that there's a dude in there.
It's very scary.
It was awesome. It was good. I watched it like 3 times before I saw the mouth and was like,
Yeah.
I was like, how is that working? And then I was like, oh shit, there is a mouth. Oh, there is a person in there. Cool. Like, that's what we need.
That's what we need. Scary mouth. but good scary mouth.
And Talk to Me, really, a lot of its scares was sound.
Ooh, okay.
Like, there's a part where she's kind of freaking out, and she's, like, slapping herself in the face, I guess maybe
Ugh.
trying to come to reality or whatever, but they, like, made those slaps way too loud, and the theater would jump every single time she was slapping herself. But, like, nothing happened, you know?
Okay.
It was just loud. Talk to Me is phenomenal. It was... I think the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, that's creeping up the list of, like, all-time scary movies. It was just a phenomenal premise. Phenomenal execution. I think so. That 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty damn good.
Okay, that's good. It's got a 3.6 on Google, but people on Google don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, because it says your people ratings on there are 7.8, so...
Okay, that's good.
I think people like it. I have not heard one person say they didn't.
No, it's only an hour and a half. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, it is an in and out. And there are a couple images kind of burned into my brain that I'm still thinking of from that movie.
Okay.
And it's all practical, and it's nothing even really that scary. Like I said, they just have a couple, like, chilling moments.
Yeah.
You don't even need... You know that I love a big monster. I love the big payoff.
Yes.
You don't even need that sometimes for it to be the scariest thing in your movie. Because the part that's burned in my brain is me basically going like, I can't believe that happened to this person. And how on earth can we fix it now? Like, I'm so... I don't know. This movie, I could never call where it was going. And I love that, too, where I'm like, there's 3 possibilities. And then they go with option 4. And I'm like, how'd you do that? That's not an option. It's good. Super good. The hand is far from the scariest thing in the movie. That is the most almost unimportant part of the movie.
Okay.
The hand is not even that important. Check it out. I think you guys would love it.
I just found an art print. I'm on A24's website. I found an art print for Talk to Me. I'm going to send you this because this is a really crazy poster.
Let me see what we got here.
You'll have to click the link to blow it up.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have no idea what that has to do with the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, it's cool, but I don't know where that fits.
There's like a match with the candle lighting situation.
What the fuck? That is cool. Oh, dude, and that main girl, I'm guessing that's this Sophia Wilde. Yeah. Okay. She needs to be in everything. She was so good.
All right.
Oh, my God. Phenomenal. 26 years old from Sydney, Australia. She is going to take this world by storm. She was so good.
You heard it here first, folks.
Man. Then she's done a movie with Christoph Waltz. She's already set then. If you're in a movie with Christoph Waltz, you're good. Then we did finally make it to another movie. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to see this one before recording, but we did get to go see the new Ninja Turtles movie.
All right, good.
It is good.
Good. Like great or just good?
It's good. Like, it is surprisingly good in a couple ways.
Okay.
But there are things about it that I'm like, keeps you from being the top, because most people are saying this is the best one.
Oh, really?
I think it's the most accessible one.
Okay.
But I
so, like,
don't
you don't know
think
anything
it's
about
the best
turtles. You could just come into this one and be like, okay, that's a movie.
Yeah, because they're also not the Turtles.
Oh.
Like they're not the Turtles as they have been for, 40 years.
Okay.
This is an entirely new thing, almost. My biggest complaint, that they really weren't the Turtles. They all have their they all have their personality, their trait, their thing.
Yeah.
That didn't come across to me at all on any of them.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Like, Raph is the angry one, and they keep saying he's angry, and then he's never angry, though. So I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, he fights one time. That's cool. Donatello's the smart one, the tech one. He has headphones on and glasses, but he doesn't do anything fucking smart.
Okay.
He never builds a single machine or does anything that Donatello-ish for me. And Mikey, who's my favorite, is the fun-loving one. He was depressed the whole movie.
Well, that's sad.
Because, like, they want to be up here with us, but they're stuck in the sewers. So he's just, like, sad because no one will ever love him.
People are. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a weird plot for a Turtles movie.
I have a totally different version of Up There that I play in my mind.
Okay.
It's from South Park the movie with Satan wanting to be up here with us, but
Of course.
different thing. And then Leo's the leader. Sure, there's a big... I guess I'll get your take on it, because it was kind of a weird, iffy subject in the 2012 show, and I was okay with it. They keep now having it where, like, every time one of the shows comes out, one of the turtles is in love with April.
Oh.
And, like, wants to be with April.
Okay.
So in this one, it's Leonardo. And I don't know. Why
Seems
do
like
we
a useless plot
always
point.
have to throw the romance thing in there?
Yeah.
Because, like, she wasn't that in the old TV show in, like, the 80s. She was just their teammate, their partner person. She helped
their
them
friend.
out. She was
Can't
that in
have
all
friends.
the live-action movies. And then
Yeah.
in the 2012 show, Donatello was into her. And I was like, okay, like, it's funny enough. Like, nothing's ever going to happen. She winds up with somebody else anyway, you know. I was like, okay, it's, you know, it's a weird thing, but it works enough, right?
Okay.
And then in this, they do it again, and she's even like, because they wind up going to prom by the end or something, and she's like, this is just friends, you know that, right? And he's like, yeah, I know that.
Okay.
So, like, they clearly state it still, but, like, that seems to be the new thing. One of the turtles must love April.
So it's just another, like, shoehorned romance. Let's stick that in there.
I don't know. It's weird. I'm like, why? Why can't
Yeah,
they
she
just be
doesn't-
like, hey, we met this person who's on the outside teaching us the new world. I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. You know? It was super funny, though.
That's good.
Like, I
mean,
didn't
with all these
expect it to be
people in
that
it.
funny. Yeah, like, it got real funny. It just, I don't know. There were parts that I was like, this is, like, surprisingly fun. I
Good.
didn't expect this level of, like, thoughtful laughter to happen.
So is it a movie for kids, or is this more, like, actually geared toward adults?
It's definitely for kids.
Okay.
No, yeah, like, it's definitely to get kids into Turtles now, because I'm guessing all of us that grew up with it, that love, like, the 90s movie, that's not going to be too old for children, so they're like, well, we got to reinvent the wheel. So here
Yeah.
you go. You know.
This generation had children. Now they want to make their children love the turtles. So
And, you know, that the younger generation won't watch anything that's over 20 years old, so
right.
can't watch that old 90s movie. Fuck that shit, you know.
It's too old. I heard some cool stuff about, like, the actual making of this movie, though.
Okay.
So there was an article about how the producers and the director, like, wanted to really make sure that there was a healthy work-life balance for the team that were involved.
Okay.
So the director, his name is Jeff Rowe. I don't know what else he's done. Maybe you know. But
Oh, so he co-directed The Mitchells versus the Machines.
oh, there you go. Cool.
Look at that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why this animation style might look a little bit familiar, because it's kind of similar to that in a way.
Yeah.
Same painterly, weird, offbeat style. No, he said that he wanted them to have, like, a really solid work-life balance. So they said that they could work from home whenever they wanted, and they wanted to make accommodations for schedules. So they had them, you know, like, you could work as little as 3 days a week if that's what you need.
Yeah.
And there was a really good quote from the director. He said, "I never want the team to be suffering more than I am. I also hopefully am suffering more than the team, because I'm the captain and I'm paid to absorb that, and they're not."
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's good. Like, what a nice way of looking at it.
I can tell, because there were parts where I was like, did they finish that scene? Like, why is everybody animated in half frames right here, but they're not any other time of the movie, you know?
Really?
Like, I caught weird parts where I'd be like, that doesn't look right. But then I know people have critiqued the animation style because it is a lot of, like, kind of like thrown together sketched backgrounds. So, like, it's like colored, but it's not like within the lines and stuff. I mean, it's definitely a
Yeah.
style, but it does look like you could do that style really quickly.
Okay.
I wonder if that was part of it too, you know?
Who knows? I do like that they just gave them like free reign, you know, like work at your own pace. We don't need to do this whole crunch thing that Hollywood is so a fan of.
And since you brought this up, a sequel film is also in development, which makes complete sense because there was a mid-credits scene that very much hinted at that.
Okay.
But it also has a follow-up TV series for Paramount Plus.
Look at that. Paramount
That'll be
Plus.
following up. Of course. Because we need another show already. Turtles is like Star Wars right now with TV shows. Like,
really?
One airs, it's over, and then next year here's a brand new show, and then we turned off, and there's a brand new show. Like, there's always a new show happening within like a year or two apart.
Actually, now that you're saying it, the Ahsoka show, I think, is coming out this month.
Yes, because I was told that talk to me that I need to get ready.
Yeah, August 23rd. So, it's coming.
But yeah, it was really, really good. I don't want to like ruin this or make you be like, what the fuck? But the smoothest animation in the movie was actually when somebody was throwing up.
Okay.
They want to like go to school and they want to like see the top world, the surface. So they meet April and she's like, I've been researching this like villain that's in town because the whole premise is they're like, if we catch the bad guy that has the city scared, we'll be seen as heroes and then they'll accept us and then we can go to the surface and they won't want to hurt us. This is great. So they meet April and she's all about him and talking to him and then they're like, do you think there's other people like you that will like accept us like as we are? And she's like, no, not really. No, I think I'm a one-off. I think everybody would be totally terrified of you.
Okay.
And they're like, cool. Well, that makes us sad. So then she's like, but I'm learning about the bad guy. Let me show you stuff. So she wants to be a news reporter, and she was trying to read the school opening, whatever, man, the morning announcements, right?
Yeah.
But they film them, and she like threw up. So now everybody was writing April O'Puke on her locker and stuff, and they were all making fun of her.
Okay.
And that scene goes on like Team America style, where just like she is just throwing up.
Gross.
And it was animated very beautifully, so smooth. They definitely had physics on all the vomit, but
gross.
But yeah, there were some parts where I was like, why is this guy walking in slow motion? You know, like what's happening?
Yeah.
Because like he's talking normal, but he's walking in slow motion. What's happening?
Weird.
You know? It was good. I was trying to figure it out when I was there. I mean, it's in my top 2 or 3 of all-time things.
Of all-time Turtles movies, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely good. I mean, there's not a lot of good ones to choose from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not hard to out-seat some of those.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then, I think I told you this, but the music is done by Trent Reznor.
Hell yes. I love that.
So, the music was super good. And then I'm going to go ahead and spoil it because the only person that I think cares has already seen it. Ismail's already seen it. But if you notice my shirt,
Shredder,
with the Shredder on it, he is not in the movie.
Oh.
Until the mid-credits.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you're going to tease like the biggest dude. I would hope this gets a sequel, and it's apparently doing pretty well. So it does have a sequel coming up.
Good.
And good, because I would love to see how they handle Shredder. It would be pretty good. Because it was a little hardcore of a movie. Like, you know, like to take my kids' stuff and make it like a little hardcore.
Yes.
Superfly was like bad. Like the plot is he wants to murder all humans on the planet and then be free to exist on his own here.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, that's cool. Well, what are you going to do with that? But very good. It's not the best. Everyone's saying it's the best. It's not the best.
Okay. Well,
It's not the best. But Seth Rogen did good, man. Because this is
All
a Seth Rogen movie. He wanted to make it. And he did all right. And he's even in it. He has like 3 lines. So he didn't even draw attention to himself. So he apparently has a lot of hate
Cameos?
towards him.
Oh,
no,
really?
Like people don't like Seth Rogen.
Why?
I'm still trying to figure that out because
I know
everything I
that-
see about him, he's such a genuine dude.
The last time we said a dude was a genuine dude, there was some shit about him in the news the very next week. So I'm not going to say Seth Rogen is perfect, but I thought he was pretty close to perfect, right?
No, but he's
like
he's a good dude.
he seems like a good guy.
I actually saw an interview with him today on TikTok where he was like, I've been smoking weed every day, all day, since I was 20. That's why I'm where I'm at today. And then he just laughed.
God.
No, yeah, he seems like a good dude. He, like, took off work, like, took off making films to, like, raise money for his wife's parents because they were sick or something, and
No.
big time into charities for, like, I forget what disease it was, but he's, like, raised a bunch of money for this disease thing. He did a Netflix special where it was, like, comedians coming in to raise money for that cause
Okay.
and stuff. He's apparently a good dude.
He just seems like a genuine guy.
And he made the Turtles, and he didn't make it bad, so it's A-okay in
That's
my
all you
book.
can ask for. You ready to descend
Well,
into the sewer?
Before that, because of Green, and I saw this thing today, I wanted to tell you about this to see if you knew, and I think
Okay.
I want to sell you a movie.
Okay.
What do you know about The Green Knight?
In our Googling, I found out that it's an A24 film, but that's all I know.
Son of a bitch. Okay, see, there you go. It's got Dev Patel in it.
Oh, love that guy.
That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, well, he's in it. But I always thought that it was like a guy fighting for like conservation stuff. Like he's the Green Knight, like fighting for like the planet and all this kind of stuff. Like that, right?
Okay.
It's a fucking like medieval times poem about King Arthur shit, and it sounded so good.
Hell yeah.
I watched a TikTok today where it was like bugging my husband about like things that he loves that will take him down a spiral, right? So she's like, what's The Green Knight about? And he's like, dude, this is like my favorite poem. You know this. Don't make me go into it. So he like starts describing it. And I was like, is this really the fucking plot? Because I want to watch the fuck out of this movie.
All right.
It's about this guy named Gawain, right?
Uh-huh.
Who is on the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
But he has done nothing. He has no stories, no fanciful acts that he's done. He's just like a dude with nothing to show for it.
Okay.
And they're all telling stories around the table. So King Arthur's like, Gawain, tell us one of your tales, one of your stories. And he's like, I don't really have anything. And then, bam, this fucking dude bursts in the hall, right? And it's this
Yeah.
big green monster thing, the Green Knight,
Ooh.
right? And he goes, and he has this giant axe in one hand and mistletoe in the other hand. And he says,
Kiss
Whoever-
me or else.
whoever wants to can have one blow at me, and whatever like blow they inflict upon me, I get to return the favor in 1 year's time. So Gawain goes,
Okay.
I'll fucking do it, right? And he's like, what do you want to use? And he's like, I'm going to take your axe. So he takes his axe and chops off the Green Knight's head. So he's like, look, I do have a
Okay.
tail. I did something amazing. And then the Green Knight just picks up his head and goes, see you in a year.
Jesus.
So now a year goes by with him knowing, like, my head's going to get chopped off in a year's time. And then it's him going to the Green Knight to meet up for his date to see what's going to happen to him.
All right.
How good does that fucking sound?
That sounds pretty good.
I want to watch the shit out of this movie. I just have always had a different thought about it. So I've always just literally skipped it and been like, I don't want to see that. I am watching that movie now.
I thought it was like a superhero thing,
Nope.
like Green Lantern stuff.
Medieval times, tit for tat kind of story.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, it's real good sounding. We
Yeah.
should watch that.
Dev Patel is our age. He seems like he should be older and more successful.
He is so successful. Or
Yeah,
at
like
least people love him.
Yeah, like he's born in 1990.
Yeah. Look at that little baby face from him
I
in
know.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Itty bitty baby boy.
He's so
I
beautiful.
fucking love that movie.
Dude, did you ever watch Lion?
No, I didn't.
You gotta watch Lion, man.
I know.
That's my favorite Dev Patel movie. Until I watched Green Knight, I think.
Yeah.
we'll see what the fuck that's all about. But yeah, I just heard about that, and I wanted to dispel an A24 mishappening that I've done upon myself.
Okay.
But with that, yeah, you wanna grab this hand and say, "Talk to me."
No.
Do you wanna let it in?
No, I don't. If you loved this episode of Yemto, please tell a friend about us, because word of mouth is the best and only way we get the good Yemto into brand new ears, such as yours. We release weekly every single Monday. All of them. January through December. We're here each and every single Monday for you. If you want to talk to us outside of Mondays, you can catch us on Twitter at YMBTOAP, or if you're in the know, if you know where the secret people go, you can hit us up on the Discord. That's where all of our patrons, the people who love us so much that they care to pay to get more content. If for just $2, you can get that their Discord and influence the episodes as our patrons did today. We love our patrons so gosh darn much. I just want them to know that I would hold their face and kiss it gently.
And our theme song is "The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn" by Faraz. Check him out on YouTube and hold his sweet little face and tell him what a good theme song you've made. And as always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Is A24 ever going to make a stinker?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
I'm looking at Ferdin saying that Hitafu boyfriend is $2.
I know. I was like, maybe I'll get that one too, actually.
You know, I started that game way back
Really?
in the day. Yeah, I didn't like it.
I mean, it's a pigeon dating sim.
But they did release a patch where you could swap them between pigeons or people.
Oh, why?
So, like, you can see them as people if them as birds is just too much for you.
Okay.
No, that was when I really did not know what a visual novel was. I was like, do you literally just read this whole thing? And we were
Yeah.
like, this is stupid. And we never played it.
Okay.